Welcome back to Panzer. Playing scenario 37 of the fourth module, uh, delaying action at Arnage. We're up to turn 17 here, and after quite a bit of a tank battle right in the center of the board here, we move on to looking to hopefully get our German troops off the board and get some victory points over here. The French are still trying to delay us, trying to hold us back from doing that, but we're in a pretty good position now that I've actually chosen to actually give move commands to get these units off the board as quick as possible and try to get some points. At this point, we are pretty much in a run to get as many victory points as possible. I'm not real worried about fighting it out with these guys. They're a little bit better than us, so I'll take my chances with trying to run with them rather than to fight it out. So with that, let's get started with the turn. So first thing is going to be the initiative check. As always, off camera, I've done the movement, the command placements, as well as the spotting. And we get a 64 with a plus 20, gives us 84. So Germans move first, fire first, move second. So first thing is we're going to get our HS 1, 2, 3 going against this truck down here. Going for some cheap points, I think. But also, providing showing how air attacks work. Now, we bombed, remember last turn we bombed the CA-47 over here. And now they can only use their machine guns to go after targets. This is the best one to get some damage, so we're going to go after that. They can spot them, they can see them, they're coming in at low level. There's no anti-aircraft fire, so we're going to go right into the attack. Check for the truck command. They're actually going to get no command. So it's going to be 65 to greater than 65 to have an effective hit, and 30 to 64 to suppress. We roll a 5 and missed. So they missed them, and we will move along from there. There's no indirect fire, there's no German direct fire, so we'll go right to the French direct fire. So we're going to try first with the AMD 35, that's this unit down here. They're a little bit more dangerous than I had expected. Taking a look at them real quick here on their card, they've got a nice range with a 25mm gun of 9 hexes with a decent penetration of 6. And the same thing with a GP, it can go out to 9 hexes and 3 points for the GP firing on there. So they could do some damage against these units that are moving up, but let's see what happens. First, we're going to check the command 39, which means there's going to be a fire. So they're going to fire at the Panzer 2C up here. It's the only real unit that they could shoot at, and 30% chance to hit. They roll a 48. That's a miss. So we'll move on to the H-35 right below them there, and their command check is going to be 51. That's going to be another fire. Fire marker on them. Or actually, it's going to be Overwatch because they're out of range. I checked this, and they're actually out of the medium range. So now we go to the H-35 105 up here, right here. And they are checking their command, and they're going to get a fire command, and they're going to fire at 101 up here as well, right there. And they're going to have a 30% chance to hit. Excuse me, 25% chance to hit. I forgot to factor in their small crew. They roll a 61, and they get a miss. So that's good. That keeps us moving. Now we're going to check our S-35 over here. He is a little bit. Yeah, he's not at extreme range, but he's at a longer range. Rolls a 46. He's going to get a fire. He's going to fire at the Panzer 4D 302. That's this guy up here next to the town. And this 35% chance of hitting. Rolls a 2. Oh, they get a hit. Darn it. Checking the location is a 9. It's a whole side. The armor, the penetration is 9. Armor is 5. There's going to be no variable penetration roll because it's the plus minus factor is 2. So that's going to penetrate. So we're going to check for damage. Hopefully it's a low roll. Rolls a 9. So that's a KO. That's going to knock him out. Darn it. So that's significant. That's 45 points right there. So that's going to be a tough blow we've got to make up. So now to the French move. H35 over here. I think it's this guy, 103. Yes. Going to check for his move. Check, and he does have a move command. So he's going to move up 1 and turn like that. And I corrected. I made a mistake. I was thinking they were a 3T prior turn, so I corrected that and just moved him up 1 hex. So that would get him in position. That still leaves him in good firing arc up here, as well as able to get onto the trail and eventually the road to hopefully go up and try to stop the Panzers getting off the board. Now it's the German move. So now a little bit of an exit run for the exits. So first off, we're going to get the recon unit heading off. That's good because that gets us 56 points. Getting that unit off this turn gives us 56 points right off the top, which is great. We'll get rid of that move command, and then we're going to get our Panzer II, our Panzer 4D off the board as well. That gives us another 45. So right there we got 90 points by moving him off the board. So that's why I'm going for off the board. It's going to be an easier way to get points than trying to fight it out. Okay, so now we're going to continue along with, I'm actually going to zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see this. Guys to the north are a little bit slower. We're going to get some of these other units down here moving. And I got the wrong one there. There we go. That's what I want. I wanted the 2C. That's the other recon unit. That'll be another 56 points if we can get that off the board. And here's some 2Cs moving up. And you see I'm taking an angle away from them. We've got a nice corridor right off the board to the left here. And I'm going to take advantage of that as much as possible. So we're moving up, more units move forward. Now this 2D, he's going to kind of play rear guard to watch out for this guy down here and try to take him out. That would be nice, useful. I think 25 points for them. But we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, we'll continue on with our movement. Let me just zoom back here a little bit. There we go. And we've got some of these guys moving up. Now he's using road movement. That's that command, Panzer 4D. He's going to help provide some cover for the units to get off. Those guys are all in Overwatch, so they're not moving. I just wanted to rearrange to see that. Now this guy, he's my guy in the tail end. He's going to try to get back out of here. Try to get up with the half track so we can jump on and move faster. And then I've got some more half tracks that are moving up and trying to get out of there. And now the mortar half tracks. If I can get those off, that will be useful as well. And okay, so that's all the movement. So now we're into the adjust phase and the pivot and turret phase. Just zoom out here a little bit so you can see where we are with everything. So we've got most of our units moved up. Command unit up here has kind of moved around to the north. Still in range of everybody from the Panzer Company. Remember, the Panzer Grenadier lost their command unit, so they have a little bit of a penalty here, and that's going to hurt them trying to get off the board, but I'm hopeful that we can get enough off that it gives us the win. And so there's no suppression, there's no morale, no counter adjustment, and we'll remove the command markers, and there we are at the end of the turn. So we have successfully moved away, disengaging some of our armor units here. One worry here is we've got infantry back here covering some of the weaker units. These guys are still out here, the S-35, the H-35s, and these guys. So I'm not sure how I'm going to move these guys off. They may have to retreat and take the long way around here to get off. Yeah, but I definitely want to get them moving because I don't want them to face an attack on their own by these guys, because I don't think it's going to be very nice. So we'll see how that goes. But this is the end of turn 17 on here. Now we've got one more turn, turn 18, and at the end of turn 18 we're going to start what's called variable game ending. And what that is, we are going to be rolling based upon this chart right here, this variable game end, where on turn 18, if we roll a 1, that's it. Game ends. We're done. That's at the end of the turn. Then at turn 19, a 1 or a 2 ends the game. And 20, 1, 2, 3, and so forth and so on up the line. So this gives us a little bit of push for us to get everything done quickly and efficiently as possible, because if we don't, we could wind up ending the game before we have enough points to win the game. So that's another thing that's very useful in the solo mode too. You don't know that you're going to end exactly on a specific turn. It starts up variable a couple turns before the end with low odds chance, but then as you get towards the end, it's towards the real end of the game itself. From a two-player perspective, it becomes more and more realistic that you'll end the game. So with that being said, I will get this put into the books and post it up there, and you can take a look at it. Thanks for watching, and look forward to turn 18 coming up soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.